Most of the time, anime seasons have one huge anime that everybody talks about, and I think it's safe to say that Witch Hat Atelier overshadowed most everything that has been coming out. And I do adore Witch Hat, but there are two shows that I recently just watched that I feel like I do not see anyone talking about that I thoroughly enjoyed, which were Agents of the Four Seasons and Daemons of the Shadow Realm. I'm going to talk about Agents of the Four Seasons first. This is a romance drama fantasy shoujo, uh, and this one really surprised me. I was expecting this soft girl sad romance, but it actually was way darker than I kind of thought it was going to be, and it touched on lots of sensitive topics, so please keep that in mind if you do want to check this one out. Truthfully, I needed the anime. I needed something that was pretty emotional. I think it helped me uh, through some stuff that I've been going through. And again, I enjoyed all of it. It was such an amazing anime. I will tell you a little bit about the plot. The plot is the agent of Spring is abducted, and while the Spring compound, I guess it is, the where her season is, basically gives up on her, and they kind of just wait for her to end her life so that another agent will be picked. They just give up on her. Her guard and her fellow agent Winter don't give up on her. Soon she does return. However, she's heavily traumatized from the abduction, and I mean, her guard is too. The people who were affected with her being abducted, they're all pretty traumatized. And it's her and her guard working through this terrible situation that happened, and they are going to restore Spring. It's an extremely emotional anime. I cried a lot, but I loved every episode. I initially wasn't super into it with the first episode. I watched that one in Japanese, and I think there was just so much. There was a little bit of exposition dump in that one, and I think rewatching it in English really helped. Just because there was a lot going on. That I was probably multitasking and just wasn't paying attention, so that's probably why I wasn't into it the first time. But after rewatching it in English, I binged through, and then I even watched the new episodes that I believe conclude the season in Japanese. They're all amazing. They're all good. I So I think the first episode really just doesn't give the best impression, but again, I think it's just the little bit of exposition dump that's going on there. Um, I do think more people need to talk about this anime. Maybe I'm just not on the right parts of the internet because it's fantastic. The animation's really good, the story, the characters, both the Japanese and English cast, I think did a amazing job at portraying the super intense emotions that were going on. It was just it was great. I can't gush about this one enough. Just from the sheer surprise I had about it. So please go check out Agents of the Four Seasons, Dance of Spring. That's the full title. It's great. Watch it. It is, again, lots of heavy topics. If you are not maybe prepared to deal with that kind of stuff, maybe don't watch it, maybe wait. But if you can handle it, definitely give it a watch for sure. The next anime I watched was Daemons of the Shadow Realm, which is an action adventure shonen. I actually watched this fully expecting to just not like it after the first episode because I thought it was going to be a little too cheesy. But it actually turned out to be a pretty interesting, quirky little story about two twins. They have special powers because of the night they were born on. Their parents disappear, and they live in this village that's kind of hidden away from the world. and then they're suddenly attacked, and it's a little gruesome. That kind of threw me off, but it's still interesting because there's lots of twists. Even the little synopsis that I gave is not fully divulging everything, because I think what happens is quite interesting. It's a lot of like, who do you trust? Who's the good guy? Is anyone the good guy? Is everyone the bad guy? And I kind of like that. So it's just fun to watch. I like the battles. It really scratches a very specific itch for me. The only thing I don't really like is the unseriousness of it. But I think that's just a shonen anime thing that's gonna be in there. There are gonna be some unserious moments, and you just need to move on. I think the battles and like everything else going on with it really makes up for, I guess, some of the cringier type things that happen. But even then, like, I feel like I've watched way worse shonen with way more cringe than this. And this is just a nice story. It's a nice little package. It's a good story, good animation, serious but not too serious, a little bit of mystery. It's interesting to watch. I have only seen like maybe a few people talk about this one, and it's mostly the animation. The battle scenes are quite nice. So that's really all I've seen on this. I do think, again, more people need to talk about this one. It's a good one. So I must say, I do really recommend both of these shows, the Agents of the Four Seasons and then the Daemons of the Shadow Realm. I honestly might even try to find, if they're mangas, try to find them and start reading them as well. So if you watch this, or if you read these, let me know your thoughts below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.